Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Whale fam, B20 fam. We're back again for the third episode of Inside B20. With us is the ever humble TwoBadour. What is going on, TwoBadour? It's been 2 weeks or maybe a little bit less, but man, how you doing?
It feels like 2 years, Alegria. I mean, this crypto time is a bit weird. Maybe we should do it every day, so keep the timelines intact. But yeah, it's
I
been good, man.
agree.
It's been good, and it's always great to come back to this viewing party because it sort of keeps us grounded and always reminds us of where this incredible journey started. Right, with the B20 project, it already feels like more innocent times, simpler times in a sense, and we're still talking about a $2.7 million project, but still, I'm
Right,
just saying,
right,
relatively
right.
speaking. But it's been fun, and uh, despite all of the conversations that we have with the press, or in the interviews, or to investors or partners, the one thing that we are consistently proud about, without any sort of hesitation, is the B20 project, and it's something that's closest to our heart because of what it represents, right? So I can't wait to get into this third episode now.
I agree. It's this doing this frequently kind of gives us a look back where we came from. We're only talking a couple of months, but it's really necessary still to ingrain to people how exactly this came to be and why it was such a journey and important to everyone in the B20 community. So we did episode 2. We're on episode 3 of 12, right?
Yep.
And I think you hinted last time that we might be adding some more because the journey continues.
Yeah, I think it's a dozen for now. Let's see at least.
Okay. Not gonna commit to any extra seasons. Okay. So give us a little recap on last week's or last episode number 2, please.
Yeah, episode number 2 was intense, right? I think together we relived the epic auction, the 2-night auction in which we Metagon and I scooped up those 20 single edition pieces, one after the other, one battle after another, sometimes consecutive battles. I had two pieces pinned on two pieces on this side, and he had like three windows open and so on, um, without a fallback, without a safety net. And we eventually got them all for $2.2 million, and we sort of relived every moment of that excitement, of that singular focus in wanting to get those 20 pieces, not 18, not 16, not 19, but all 20 of them. And now that we had them, and we had the seed of an idea, or at least the overarching structure of an idea, where do we go from there? What do we do with these 20 single edition pieces? What's the next step? And this episode is about that eureka moment, that light bulb going off, and all of the pieces falling in place together. Because it's like we didn't want to count our chickens before they hatch, right? Before we had all 20 pieces, we just didn't go far enough with the idea to make it complete. But now that we had them, we started to think about how to structure B20 as a project, and that's what you're going to see in part 3, with a twist right at the end. We were happy with the idea, but was everybody else? So I think you should just get into it and
Um,
watch now.
it was an intense episode. I just remember the heartbeat. I don't know if it was my heart beating or there was heartbeats in the video edit, but it was pretty intense. And I'm so glad that your video editors on your team can replicate that so well because we
So
really felt like we were there clicking the button along with you guys.
shout out to Praveka and Dinesh and Praveen, the three
Yes,
whiz kids who worked on this and did a crackling job of it. Man. It's like right up there.
for sure, for sure. I know that I want to, eventually when all episodes are released, I need to sit down and just watch them all the way through as I binge Netflix. I want to do the same thing with this.
Nice, yeah.
Okay, so what can we expect from without revealing too much about episode 3? What can we can sort of expect?
You can expect the idea of B20, the way we planned it, the way we thought about it, the way it finally came out might have some differences, but this is what this is where our mind was at right before we launched the actual project in India. And that's the whole point of this documentary series, right? To sort of take a walk down memory lane and speak to the people involved as they were then. If you ask them about it now, they might talk about it differently. They might feel differently about it. But this was fresh, like straight off the pan. This is what I'm thinking of B20 right now. So this episode is all about the idea of B20 coming together.
Awesome, awesome. All right, so without further ado, I'm gonna do a cue to the broadcast studio. DC, can you please play this episode 3, and we'll be watching glued to our seats. If the stream is full on Discord, you're welcome to watch on Twitch or even Twitter.
B20 is a new project that we've been designing from Metaverse. It's going to be our production number 1. So with all these 20 NFTs that we've acquired from the Beeple's auction, what we are planning to do around that is build various galleries across all the metaverse, build huge galleries which will host these 20 pieces, one of one Beeple pieces. And this is important because I feel like that will capture the moment in time when all this happened, and there is a element of like a historical significance to this auction. So capturing the whole story as a gallery makes a lot of sense, because then 2 years from now it'll be very interesting for someone to visit and learn about this, and that's what usually museums are for, right? Where you go learn what happened, and what you can, it'll also give you ideas of what you can do into the future. I keep calling this a production and again and again, because I look at this as, the first motion picture. The first motion picture came in 1888, and it was 2.1 seconds. I don't think anyone will be excited by that movie today, right? Like, or else, I mean, if I make a movie for two seconds today, you might not think about it as a movie, right? But that is how all this started. This was 132 years ago, and today, with this gallery and these NFTs being part of it, I keep calling this a production because we've combined multiple artists into this piece. We are also pushing the boundaries by, say, on the tech side, where we are going to take all of these NFTs, bundle them, and then tokenize them, fractionalize them, so that multiple people, multiple stakeholders, the people who have worked on this project, could get a piece of these great story, right? So again, if you think about these NFTs, each one was worth $100,000. I don't think it's very accessible in that sense, meaning you could go buy a $10, $20, $100 NFT, but $1,100 NFTs does not make $100,000 NFT. It's going to be radically different. So in that way, the other experiment or here is to try to fractionalize these pieces. So 20 pieces, the land where the gallery is, the gallery build, and the background score also represented as an NFT. All of these could go together, and probably the collection could have around 50 NFTs. And once we bundle them, we can fractionalize them.
Bundle is one composite piece. Think of it as being kept inside a massive glass vault museum. And what we're doing is minting 10 million keys. You don't need the key to visit the museum and sort of experience the art. But if you have the key, you own part of the museum as well. which I think is the revolutionary bit about all of this, right? So on the one side, you transform the experience of art. On the other, you're transforming the ownership of art. It is no longer with a single person. It's no longer concentrated around just the artist, just the collector, but it's more widely distributed.
There is going to be a way for people to buy out the whole vault also, where you can just bid um, on the smart contract, and there's going to be a minimum bid set into the smart contract. If someone can start that bidding process, and someone can buy out the whole thing, um, like the vault will just go to them, and the people who hold these B20s, they will be able to redeem their B20s for what's paid by the buyer. So it's like, if I had these NFTs and someday I sell it, I would get all the money. Now it's going to be like a lot of people are going to own small portions of these this collection of NFTs, and if someday, if it's going to be bought by someone, it's going to be settled on the smart contract, where people are going to be able to redeem their B20s for that value. That's, yeah. So that's the idea.
I guess my main concern, just again off the top of my head, is that people might not like this. And my other main concern is like other artists, I can almost guarantee will not like this. Like they will not like you taking their work and like splitting it into a million pieces and reselling those pieces. I would be very surprised if other artists did not have a very strong dislike of that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there was episode 3 of Inside B20. TwoBadour, man, the production value of this is almost as good as the money paid for the art itself.
Yep.
So this was kind of a view of the overall idea, right? Having you explain what B20 is, does, and how it works is very important. Especially when you say it with your voice versus reading it on some boring post or something, right? I hope that
I wrote
everyone.
those boring posts, Alegria. I wrote those
Well,
boring posts.
but it's better to hear you say it. I like to hear you say it.
I agree. I agree.
No, they're not boring, but sometimes people just click accept
Yeah,
without
just
reading the
messing.
terms.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you. Right. You're right. I mean, this is such a much better way of trying to communicate something, right? And again, props to Praveka, Dinesh, and Praveen who put this thing together. They, really worked hard at getting the graphics just right, making it right. So, kudos to them.
Yes, 100% kudos over there. If anyone in the community, didn't know how B20 worked or what was the idea, I'm sure that this episode gave them a better, broader view. Don't forget, you can always watch this on YouTube again if you want to share it with someone that doesn't understand. They can easily digest this information this way. Um, and either visiting the community, the B20 community in the whale Discord. Zoro's over there doing a fantastic job leading that conversation, and TwoBadour pops in every now and then. Um, so yeah, exciting things coming for B20 still. Now I want to touch on a little bit of NFT radio on Clubhouse, right? That's a thing
Yeah.
that's been going. Tell us a little bit about that and how that's going.
That's it's a labor of love, man, and that's like being able to speak to all of your heroes within the community, people that you admire in the space, has been so much fun. And we started to do it as this particular season is like a 10-day series. We and tomorrow, I mean tonight, if you're in the US, in the West, tonight's the last episode. Friday night, 8 p.m. PST is the finale, and where we are talking about five metaverse stories, five seminal stories that shaped the metaverse into what it is today. So I'm super excited about it. We have people like Roham, Yat, Conlon, Matthew and Risen, and so many others on this show, telling their stories there. Where Dylan telling their stories, which sort of shaped the narrative around the metaverse that we experience today. So I'm super excited about that. Again, even the Clubhouse chats, the NFT radio thing, has we've tried to put in the best production values there. Again, Praveka, he's been able to record nearly all of them except one because of a technical glitch. And we're going to release a website soon in which you can track further episodes of NFT Radio. We're going to make it even more, I wouldn't use the word exclusive, but more thorough, right? Each of these episodes has a lot of thought put into it, into the theme, into the kind of questions, into the guests that we invite on board, and we want to keep it that way going forward as well. So feel free to check it out. We'll release it via blog soon. We'll share it with the whale community, obviously. So yeah, and a word about the Inside B20 series, right? We're going to make the playlist, the Inside B20 playlist, public now. These videos were either unlisted or hidden for now, so you can start binging a little bit. You'll have to wait for the fourth one for 2 weeks though, or maybe a week. I'll let Alegria know, but maybe you can start binging. And we have all 8 recorded episodes of NFT Radio also as a playlist, which is available on the Metaverse YouTube channel.
Excellent, excellent. So if you feel like you're not getting your full dose of B20 information, TwoBadour is here to help. He's gonna make sure that these things are published and viewable. That's great because especially this video here is fantastic to share for people who are not familiar with the project itself, right?
Yep, for sure.
Um,
Did you catch people's reaction right at the end?
yes, his reaction was interesting. You tell us a little bit about what you think that reaction meant.
Oh man, it was like like a sledgehammer, landing on you, right? We were so excited about this project. We thought we had the thesis right. We thought we had the pitch perfectly right. I mean, technically speaking, Olivia, we didn't need to seek people's permission to go ahead and do B20, but we were we really wanted him to be part of the journey, right? Because the reason we got into it is because we admired him so much, and it was important for us that he believed in the idea as well. And so this was his first reaction, and well, let's just say there's a bit of a story arc. Obviously, he doesn't feel the same way now, based on how he speaks about B20. But the next episode will sort of reveal that story arc, where it went from there.
Okay, I like the buildup of suspense. What what's gonna happen next? It was definitely a strong reaction at the moment.
Yeah.
But now that we're in the future, we can see that he's maybe warmed up to the idea. But yeah, did not expect that. Did not expect that. Um,
Yeah,
but
it
you,
taught us
you
how to think about the whole concept of fractionalizing, right? So he made it clear that when you say sharding, it sounded like you were cutting up his art into a million pieces, which is not the case. So
right.
that's kind of what we tried to dispel in upcoming episodes.
Right, right, right. Um, and like everything that's new or changed, people have kind of a strong reaction at first, and as they get more information, they kind of warm up to the idea, which is, I'm sure, is what you're alluded to by saying the next episode. I can't wait to see what transpires between then. Is there any cool metaverse events that we should know about or planned?
Well, NFT radio for one. That's a full metaverse
Yes.
event. Uh, Apart from that, nothing else coming up immediately I can think of. But maybe one over the next 3 months or so, we're planning something fairly significant around the B5K, B5 people 5,000 piece that we have right now. So that's something to look forward to definitely. But apart from that, events, NFT radio has been sort of our baby for the last 10 days, and it's worked really well. The format of questions and the way we're able to connect with the guests is something that tells us that we have to keep doing this.
Yep. I've been a part of a few of those rooms. They're always a good time. It's always a good time, a good place to where to get your questions answered, or gain some more insight from you, Metacoven, or just people in the space in general. Um, so I definitely refer everyone to check it out. If you get a chance, if you have an iOS device, definitely join Clubhouse. But if you can't make it, TwoBadour said that they're going to be publishing those talks on your YouTube as a playlist.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, perfect. So we'll make sure maybe Zorro can link that YouTube in the chat or in the B20 community channel, and yeah, just get your daily dose of B20. Troubadour, sweet. It's been great. I'm excited about episode 4. I was a little sad that episode 3 didn't include more, Indian kind of traditional music, folk music. But I'm gonna go back and watch episode 2 and rock out. I'm gonna rock out there.
Yeah. We got you for next episode, man. I'll make sure we add some Veena in there and a little bit of Tamil percussion stuff. Yeah.
I appreciate you. I'll trade in some B20 tokens to make that happen.
Sure.
All right. So with that, if you have nothing else to add, I think we'll be on the lookout for episode 4. Everyone can be attentive to the YouTube playlist and get some recaps. But until then, we'll catch you on the next one, right?
Yep.
Beautiful. TwoBadour, is always a pleasure to have you here with us in the community, B20 community. Always vibrant, and looking forward to more of this inside look at what you guys have done. All right, well,
Thank you
fam,
so much, Julia. Thank you.
anytime. This has been another episode of Inside B20. Stay tuned for the episode number 4, and yeah, we'll come at you live then. Peace out, y'all.